Hey guys, and welcome back to Mad About Skin. In today's video, I want to share with you the best skincare purchases I probably made of all time. These are the products that, for one reason or another, that I'm going to get into later in the video, kind of changed up my skincare routine for the better. Some of these products I still use today, some of them I've moved on from, but I can categorically say all of them were wonderful decisions when I first got out my debit card and made that purchase. I want to share them with you today so you can see a little bit of how my skincare routine has evolved over the years, but also those products that really kick-started the biggest differences and changes in my skin. So, sit back, relax, let's talk the best skincare purchases I've made. Now, before we get into this video, I want to give a big shout out to Sarah over at No BS Beauty. She's really the inspiration for the video you see today, because late last night I was scrolling through my YouTube feed and I stumbled across the equivalent video that she filmed for her channel. I watched it, thoroughly enjoyed it, and thought, you know what, this could be a great video to recreate here on Mad About Skin. I'm all about paying it forward and acknowledging where other content creators have inspired the content that you create on your own channel, so I've left a link to Sarah's video and her channel in the description box below. Promise me you'll check it out, hop over there, show her a little love, because her list does differ quite significantly from mine, so it's always good to get like double perspectives on things to see where different skin types, different preferences play into all of this. Hopefully, whilst you're down there checking out Sarah's content over on No BS Beauty, you'll also want to leave this video a little thumbs up and a like. I'm all about the positivity here on the channel and celebrating my absolute favourites, and these are the products that really have just shaped my routine. If you enjoy this style of content, a great way of letting me know is by giving this video a like, because it does really support me and the channel, and I love you all so much. But I'm looking down at the number of products I've got to get through today, so I think it's time we just cut that waffle and we delve straight on in. I don't really know where to start, so I'm just going to grab the first product that comes to mind and kind of talk through why I'm so grateful that I reached out and purchased this in the first instance, and it's this product. This is the Biore UV Watery Essence, a sunscreen which kind of transformed my view of sunscreens as someone with super oily, acne-prone skin. I was always slathered in sunscreen. My mother was like the best mum in the world when it came to reapplying sunscreen. Whenever we were at the beach, she would have her sunscreen spray and she'd be blitzing us with it all day long. When I hit like 18, I kind of thought, you know what, I'm done with this. The greasy feeling, the fact that sand always stuck to you, always felt really sweaty and like your skin was weighed down with sunscreens, and I kind of decided that, you know, sunscreen just wasn't for me. Obviously, this was the biggest mistake I made, and I still think I'm paying for some of the hyperpigmentation today based on that decision. I wish I'd stuck to my mum is always right, and I wish I'd stuck to her ethos with sunscreen and carried that forward. But I think as someone with super oily, acne-prone skin, it is really difficult to find a sunscreen that doesn't feel heavy, doesn't feel like it's like weighing you down and caking out the skin. I waited till I got to like year 30 and I discovered this product. This transformed my views towards sunscreen. It is so lightweight. It is perfect if you have really oily skin. It's got quite a high concentration of denatured alcohol in here, which is great for keeping everything matte, just absorbing some of that excess oil. This isn't going to work for every skin type, but if you're someone out there that thinks there is never going to be a sunscreen that works for my super oily skin, try this one. It revolutionized my approach to sunscreen, which is why I'm so grateful that I discovered it, reached out and made that purchase. I don't use this product all the time because actually I've kind of moved on and discovered some other great products on the back of this one, such as the Beauty of Joseon Rice Relief Sunscreen. I find this one is less drying because it's got no denatured alcohol in it, but it's still super applicable for oily skin. But it's all thanks to this product that I kind of rediscovered my love of sunscreen, and my skin is very grateful I did. Now, a relatively recent skincare purchase, but one that I'm definitely glad that I made, probably around 6 months ago, was purchasing a couple of these. These are the Garnier Skin Active Micellar Reusable Eco Pads. So they're basically reusable cotton rounds. Now, I've tried just about every reusable cotton round on the market. I was desperately trying to move away from the disposable ones because I worked out at one point I was using between 600 and 800 a year. All that waste in landfill just isn't acceptable. So I thought, okay, I've got to actually do something about this and try some of the reusable ones. None of them really lasted as long as the brands claimed they would. They absorbed an awful lot of products. They were quite wasteful in that regard, and never really found some that worked for me. Then I discovered these. So good. Oh, they're so soft on the skin. They have a pink and a white side. I don't know what the difference is. They're both just super soft. They wash really well. You get 3 for like £6, so they're really not that expensive. And Garnier say that you get 1,000 washes out of these. Well, I thought, you know, the geek in me was like, let's just see how many times I do wash them, how long this lasts. And I'm currently at wash 300, and they're still just as good. I use these so often. I use like a couple in my morning skincare routine, a couple in my evening. I'm forever throwing them in the wash, and they just last really well, and they're as soft today as they were when I first got them. I would definitely recommend these. I mean, Garnier say you have to use them with their micellar water, absolute rubbish. They work with any cleanser, any toner, any essence. Get these and honestly you'll find it such a breeze to get rid of those disposable cotton rounds. Now hands down, one of the best skincare purchases I ever made was this. This is the Aesop, a rose by any other name body cleanser. Honestly, I must be on like bottle number 20 of this. Now, not all of these products are my most repurchased. I cover them in a separate video, which I'm going to leave a link to up there. These are like the best purchases I think I made. Some of them, like that Biore, I used, and then I kind of transitioned onto some other products on the back of that. But this is still with me and going strong. I buy it all the time. Usually at birthdays and Christmases, I'll ask people to order one of these for me because it is kind of like £30. That's way too expensive for a body wash, but there's just something about the scent of this one that like exotic Middle Eastern rose vibes that you get with it. It fills the whole bathroom with this most sensorial like scent. It's just amazing, amazing, amazing. And one of these bottles does go an awful lot way. I'm quite sparing with it, but you get a nice lather with just one pump, so you don't need to use a whole lot of the product to kind of get a good body wash. This really, really good. If you don't want to pay Aesop prices, you can go to Lush and get their rose jam like body wash, which is similar. I'd say it's slightly sweeter in terms of the scent than this one, which is more earthy and exotic, but it's kind of very similar. If you like your rose fragrance, you'll love that Lush one, and it's like a third of the cost. So there is a dupe there for you, but this I buy all the time. This has so many fabulous memories that come with it. Obviously we've got the birthdays, the Christmases, but for a subscriber milestone about a year and a half ago, Tom, who's a fantastic friend, subscriber, you guys will know him, he's like the sheriff in town on our weekly live streams. He bought me a bottle of this to kind of celebrate that milestone, which was just, yeah, it just made me so happy. And so there's so many amazing memories linked to this particular scent and bottle, which is why I think this is probably the best skincare purchase I ever made, even though it is ridiculously pricey for what it is. Now let's come on to this little blue wonder. This is the Copper Amino Isolate Serum by Neod. You guys used to know I fangirled about this so much in the past. One of my first like luxury higher end bougie skincare purchases that I think I ever made, and I fell in love with it. This was actually the first peptide serum I ever bought. I know I started super bougie, but actually I've kind of traded down in terms of price points since then. This product got me hooked on peptides. Because I got so many great results from it, I kind of thought, okay, I want to do a bit more digging, understand why this is working so well, see if there's any other more affordable drugstore options out there. And while I still think that the formulation here is unparalleled, it's game changing, it's wonderful, not everyone's going to want to reach for a £60 serum, which is the main reason I don't really reach for it in my own skincare routine now. But it's thanks to this product, which honestly was one of my best purchases, hands down, that I discovered this, which is the Ordinary Azure Line Solution, which this year I named as the best anti-aging serum bar none. If you want to know the reasons why, I'll leave a link to that video up there. Definitely one to check out. But this has been game changing. I get so many good results. I use other multi-peptide formulations alongside it, and all of this love affair with peptides came from this one purchase and this one product, which I'm forever in debt because my skin is definitely the better for a little peptide action in my skincare routine. Now, prior to jumping on and filming this, I was racking my brain to work out which of these two products I actually purchased first and kind of started my love affair with azelaic acid. So I've got the Face Theory Lumizalia A15 serum and the Geek and Gorgeous A-Pad serum. Both of these are azelaic acid serums, and one of them came first, and honestly, I can't remember. I love both of these serums, and they're definitely some of my favourite purchases I've ever made, because whilst these aren't the two that I personally use in my skincare routine now, it's because of these products that I fell in love with azelaic acid. And as someone that suffers with hyperpigmentation, dark spots, discoloration, or caused by my adult acne, azelaic acid is just the best. I captured all my reasons why I have this love affair with this ingredient in a video, which I'm going to link up there, and one of these two products kickstarted that. I think I kind of use them interchangeably. I heard all of the good things that people had to say about azelaic acid and put a couple of these on order. If you're still looking to experiment with this ingredient, I'd say as a beginner, go for the Geek and Gorgeous. It's a derivative, so it's much more gentle, but there are some studies that show that this style of derivative actually penetrates better, so you might get better and enhanced results. The Lumizalia A15 serum is one of the strongest that you can actually get on the market, over the counter, and it's wonderful. It's a really creamy formulation, so it doesn't dry the skin. It's got some green tea for some antioxidants. Both of these wonderful. I'd say this is the beginner. Maybe trade up to this one if you want to go a bit more advanced with your azelaic acid, but these two, definitely some of the best skincare purchases I made. Now, I feel like we're in the home straight here, but I've got a couple of other products I want to mention. Two relative recent purchases and one I've been using for ages. Let's start with the ones that I've used for the longest longest time, which is this. This is the Geek and Gorgeous A Game 10. And for those of you that out there that say retinol is like the gold standard, it's not. Retinal is. If you're looking for something that isn't prescription only, such as retinoid, which in a lot of countries still is prescription only, so you want that high potency anti-aging, but you don't want to have to reach for the derm for that prescription, reach for a retinal. It can be a little bit pricey, so which is why I did put this one on order. I thought, you know what, Geek and Gorgeous are formulating this at like a fraction of the cost of any of the other competitors in the retinal market. I'm going to give it a try, see what the hype's about. Oh, so good. If you want to do the differences between retinol and retinal, I covered all of it in a video, which I'll link up there. But hands down, this is my favorite retinal, where you take into account price point, performance, formulation. Super high strength, really creamy, so hydrating on the skin. I'm super oily, acne prone, so I can use this as a moisturizer, and retinol in one. It is that good. One bottle of this lasts the longest time, and it's the most affordable you find on the market. So it's just the best in anti-aging retinoids that you can get over the counter. No fuss getting that prescription. I don't have the time or the effort for that. This just does it for me, and I absolutely love it. Now on to a couple of recent purchases, which are these two. So let's start with this. This is the Tattoo Goo Tattoo Care Lotion, which I only tried for the first time maybe like 4 months ago, but I've fallen in love with. Definitely one of the best purchases I've made, because this is like an all-in-one hand cream. A lot of people say don't forget to take your products onto the back of your hand. You know, hands age the same way our skin on our face does. Absolutely. But I always forget. I also don't like really sticky things on the hand. It's just not for me. So finding a hand cream that actually does it all, this was a revelation. It's not actually a hand cream. It's designed for people that have just had an inking, a tattoo, to kind of keep it fresh, help it to heal. But I use it as a hand cream because it kind of has every ingredient you need. You've got some urea to soften the hands. You've got some butters and humectants to deeply nourish and hydrate. You've got some retinol in here for some anti-aging benefits, because the hands need the anti-aging love too. You've got some antioxidants. You can use it in the morning. You can use it in the evening. It's just a wonderful, wonderful hand cream. And it has one of the nicest lightweight textures I've ever seen. It's actually described as breathable, which I think is really important. Not too occlusive, too thick or heavy. Just glides onto the skin, which is why you can use it morning and evening. Doesn't really matter. Go about your day. You won't feel really sticky and greasy. So this, made in the US as well, cruelty-free, as is everything mentioned today. Just a win-win-win, ding, ding, ding product. And finally, this is the Ordinary Multi-Peptide Lash and Brow Serum. I've covered this on the channel before, so I'll briefly move past it. But I've searched for the longest time for a product that actually works on the lashes, on the brows, gives a bit of length, volume, thickness, but doesn't need to break the bank at the same time. I've tried the £100 lash serums, did nothing. I've tried the drugstore ones, did nothing. This, really good. For £12, it's definitely improved the thickness of my brows. I'm on like tube number 3 of it, and I think it's great. You have to be a bit patient with the lashes. It took maybe like 3 months to start seeing those results in terms of the length of the lashes, but now that's occurring, and I can definitely say, hands down, this is a win-win-win, ding, ding, ding product. And if you want to see my first impressions of it, I'll leave that linked up there, and in the description box I'll do like a 30-day update video link for you too. But like I say, 3 months in, definitely worth the splurge. So there you have it, guys, a rundown of what I think are the best skincare purchases I've ever made and the reasons why. Now, all of these are still in my skincare routine today, but they've really shaped my routine and really helped transform my skin for the better. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if you did, reach down, give it a thumbs up and a like, and wherever you are in the world, guys, stay safe, stay well, love your skin. Take care. Bye.